Hello and welcome to Anxiety Twins. My name is Lee Stillman.
I'm Andrea Menchaca.
Thank you for listening to us and watching us. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Do we want to talk about the Odyssey, which we've seen twice now?
We've seen it twice because we love it.
That should so the review. If you want to hear a review of the Odyssey, clearly we loved it.
Wait, you were gonna give me two
or comedy.
Or comedy?
Yeah.
The Odyssey. Those are the two options. The Odyssey. I could talk about the Odyssey for 3.5 hours to be specific.
So as long as the movie is.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to go shot by shot with you to avoid talking about comedy. Anything but that.
Okay. So what are your... So you enjoyed the Odyssey. Obviously, we both liked it.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen a movie in a theater more than once because we saw it in the IMAX the second time we saw it. I don't think we've seen a movie. I haven't seen a movie twice in the theater since like Titanic.
Did you really do that during Titanic?
I saw Titanic.
Because that's what a lot of people did. That's why it was like breaking all the records because people wanted to see it again.
But I don't...
Also, this time we saw it at like a regular movie theater near our house. And then when I learned that apparently there was like a 70 millimeter version, we went to Hollywood Theater, and that was our first time at Hollywood Theater. What did you think about that place?
I think it matters where you sit. You got to get there early because you didn't realize that we didn't have seats already.
It wasn't like picked seats ahead of time.
You have to I think it matters if you're like sitting in the right spot, but like where we were like in the back, way off to the left, and it wasn't. Yeah, it didn't really enhance it much. Yeah, for me anyway.
I like that theater though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like how I like Baghdad and Laurelhurst Theater, like all the...
You like old theaters?
Local theaters. Shout out to vintage local theaters.
Shout out to vintage local theaters. So let's talk about the Odyssey then.
Let's talk about it.
What overall, did you have any...
I mean, the only thing that I would say is just that it's hard to focus on the story when all of the actors look so good. Like Anne Hathaway is too young to be this guy's mom.
You think so?
Yeah.
Are they? I don't know how the math works.
I think she would have had to be like 15 or something. I need to do the...
Well, hey, I mean, way back then. Maybe that was normal. Who knows?
That was the time. Matt Damon. There's a lot going on with him. I don't know what it is, but there's a lot happening.
Yeah.
They do a good job of make him looking older.
Yeah. I mean, he is older. I mean... Yeah,
but like the difference, like from the beginning of the movie to the end of the movie where he's supposed to be an old man. And because it jumps back and forward, I thought they did a good job.
I feel like the only difference is the beard.
The difference is like the hair and the beard, but he does look like more, whatever, less touched up or whatever they do. But yeah, like everybody... What's the name of the character that like... saves him at the beach?
Sinan?
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce the name, but it's Elliot Page.
Yeah. Well, she looks amazing. I don't know what? She?
Elliot?
Her right there.
Oh, Charlize Theron.
Yeah.
Why didn't you say the name?
That's what I was pointing at. I can't read.
Okay. Yeah, Charlize. I thought you meant Elliot Page, who was at the beach at Troy, like that.
No.
Okay. Yeah, Charlize Theron.
She's supposed to be like out there living by herself and like fishing to survive, and she looks like she's in a perfume commercial. Like and then she has like so many different like chic outfits that I'm like, I would wear that. Like, where is she getting these like adorable rags?
Yeah.
She opens the store, rags are us, like fishnets and stuff. She looks too good. And then all the time she's like, try to remember while like doing like a...
Smizing?
Yeah, she's smizing. She's like, what else can you tell me in my beautiful face?
I mean, we can go over...
Also, just the fact that like white people do not fare well in the sun like how she has been pretending to look. I'm like, you would be red. Your whole face would be like burned. You'd be like old leather. It would be bad.
Overall, I really like the movie. I do have like a lot of like nitpicks. I do have like a lot of feelings about like a lot of the character choices or the actor choices too, but just in general. But overall, like I really enjoyed it. I'm glad we saw it twice. What was clarified for you in the second? Because you wanted to see a second time.
Yeah, and I think I told you this right after we saw it again. I felt like what was clarified to me. You made fun of me for being a girl and being like, I didn't understand his motivation the entire time. Everybody's motivation to like go to war and destroy each other. I'm like, why can't we just get along? And I think I realized that. So he was just like a peg in the machine, and he always knew that there was no way to avoid war, and he wasn't going to get home until something was figured out. And so that's why he went ahead and came up with the idea of the Trojan horse, so that they could win, wrap it up, go home, and get back to his wife.
But then he didn't want to go home.
It's not that he didn't want to go home. It's that after he was like, okay, I did it, he realized that his idea was actually like the most destructive thing possible. And now he felt too guilty to go home. He didn't feel like he deserved anything good after that. But what I didn't understand the first time is like, then why did you do it? Like, and then I think the second time I figured out, I understood that he just knew that it was up to him to figure out how to get home, and that was like the only way that he could foresee would work.
Yeah,
the military wasn't going to let him go without the job being finished.
Yeah. So one of the issues that I had with the movie was I don't think that Christopher Nolan is really great at, like, he's good at sci-fi, but not fantasy. So by sci-fi, I mean like he's good at like movies that are about time travel and
Blue people.
Oh, that's not him, but that's a different director. But or like getting into people's dreams, like stuff that's just like obviously. That's not a real thing that you can do. I mean,
they didn't do a great job explaining
it. You can explain it.
It's still vaguish.
But I don't think he's really great at what I would call fantasy, which is like monsters and things like that. Whenever I saw a monster on screen, it just felt like it was out of the realm of possibility because everything else seemed so grounded. And then when I see a giant, I'm kind of like, you know, although the Cyclops, I'm kind of like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, this seems kind of silly. Like, this doesn't seem like this. It seems like it's from a different movie. I also like, so the Cyclops in general. Also, the Cyclops was making artisanal cheese.
Yeah. That wasn't the weirdest part. The weirdest part is that he was in black and white, whereas everybody else was in color. I was like, why is he gray?
He was sepia. I don't know. I think it was just because it was the candle. It was not the candlelight, but the fire.
No, we do see him outside too.
Yeah, I guess
he jumps out into the water and he's still gray.
I mean, he's not like black. He's not black.
It looks like the movie should be in black and white when you look at him. It's like, well, where are the skin color people? So
I think part of it was because they used a puppet or a guy. They used a puppet and a guy in a costume. So it was like more real. It wasn't like CGI or anything. I'm sure there was some CGI.
Yeah, when they get to the second spot and there's more giants, they're like, Jesus, where is the land of tiny but really aggressive people? Like, when are these guys gonna see big comparison? Yeah,
it just, every time something like that happened, it just felt kind of like, this feels like it's from a different movie. Like that. And then I don't know what the sea monster is. There's supposed to be a dragon with 8 heads. I forget what it's called, but it didn't, first of all, it didn't look like a dragon. It just looked like a bunch of tentacles going out. And it just seemed like I don't know. It just didn't feel.
And again, it wasn't black and white. It was like old.
I don't know what you're saying about the black and white stuff, but
it is gray.
I do agree. Yeah, I mean, yeah,
it was like rock colored, like it was blending in.
Yeah, it just felt like this was. Everything else seemed so like very meticulous and planned out, and that seemed rushed. It just seemed like the way that this monster was created felt rushed, and also just when he gets to the witch's house and he turns everyone into pigs. It turns into a horror movie for about 5 minutes. Yeah. That felt like too much. It felt like, I mean, it would have been just as effective for we to see them as men 1 second and pigs the next. Like
right.
that all that.
I was thinking about that during the movie, like what an awkward scene for her to just be like, is this good? Should I and do I keep doing that? And the guys are like, oh, please stop.
Yeah, it just felt
and cut. Do it again.
Like it's an interesting way to do it. Like I've never seen that type of transformation, like someone like molding someone into clay.
Like they're clay.
It's an interesting thing to do. I don't know if it felt necessary. And also like the giant men that you were talking about, there was no build up. There was nothing. It was just like they went there and something awful happened and they just came in. Mm-hmm. There was no real like rhyme or reason for what was happening. We just know that a bunch of giant men came out and just started murdering them. It was also like, to me, the saddest part. Like when you can hear like the men screaming and
they have to leave them.
Yeah, and they have to leave, and they're just being pummeled and just being murdered, like right in front of you. That was, and you hear their voices, and they're just screaming, and there's nothing you can do, and you have to figure out, well, do I leave them here? Do I go?
Yeah, I didn't mind that there wasn't as much of an explanation for that. As much as I mind the witch story being so long.
Yeah.
Because it didn't go anywhere. Like if the point is like everywhere they go, this cloud follows them, that's fine for them to land somewhere and immediately they're like stranger danger and they get murdered. But the witch was like, is she are we gonna get more from her story? Well, like why is she like a main character now? It's too much.
Well, in the story, Odysseus actually like stays with her for years. Like he actually stays there. Like
and he pretty much goes with the other one.
Yeah, he pretty much goes from island to island with various women. Like that's his story.
He's a fuck boy.
Yeah, that's kind
like
of
the other man
what he does.
Raping and pillaging. He's a fuck boy. Yeah. It's slightly different.
Yeah. So I don't. Maybe that was why it was a bigger part. But I do like that actress.
He had like an understanding with her.
Samantha Morton. I did like her. I thought she was good.
Really long list of people that are in that movie.
I mean, that's another thing. I guess we'll talk about that in a second. But I think I guess I went over all like that entire 3.5 hour movie. There's only like 4 scenes where there are like monsters, and it just feels like that's I don't think he's good at that. At like creating some type of fantasy that seems like it's supposed to be in the movie. It makes it seem real. Everything else, even though it is maybe illogical, you can still kind of explain it, and it do feel like, boots on the ground, like a bunch of people crammed into a Trojan horse, and then they jump out and they fight. Maybe that's in your mind, like maybe that's illogical, but you can explain it. Like it does.
Oh, you think the horse thing feels more real and more doable than the giants?
Yeah.
Which is probably the other way around. Like it should.
Exactly.
The way they like show all the scenes of them being crammed into the horse. I feel like I've seen drawings and I've seen like other interpretations of the story, and it was never like that. It was always like the horse is like horizontal so that people can sit like normal. This was like wild. They're like on top of each other.
That's kind of the point, was to make it look like, how difficult this was.
Yeah,
very even difficult. Them pulling he didn't have to show them pulling the horse, but that was a part to make it look like this is real and tactical, and this is a thing that's actually can happen. And I think he's really good at that type of thing. But fantasy, I don't think he's great at. So
I didn't. For some reason, as a comedian, I didn't care for the bits where they tried to make it funny.
I don't think there weren't that many.
Not like many, but
just a handful.
Felt out of place.
The suitors, I probably were trying to be the funniest.
No, the suitors are just like caricatures of themselves, which is not really like meant to be funny.
There's only like when he kept like. When his second in command, I don't remember his name, but he would like find land and he'd be like, "You lucky son of a bitch," or whatever he said.
I don't think that was like meant to be funny either. There was like the one where the guy that gets left behind says like, "You can give this back to my father and tell them the story of what I did. Feel free to add some stuff." Yeah. Like that just felt like modern, like too modern.
Yeah, that was another thing. Like, I'm not upset with it, but I was expecting it to be a little like to be the language of the time. Mm-hmm. And when it came, and I don't think
it was a hybrid, which is
it was kind of both. It was kind of like it was the language of the time, but also kind of like modern. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, I think it's a fine choice. Like, I'm not upset with the choice.
Not the language, but the like the jests.
The jest.
I did it. I used the old-timey language. There was another one around the horse that I forget. There was like another little joke.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I wasn't bothered with it because there weren't that many. There was like
I didn't want to.
It was like 4 or 5 jokes, so I wasn't
in 3 hours.
Also, I don't think he's really great at like the fighting scenes, and that may be because of the cameras. But when the suitors, like when he's fighting all the suitors, it's supposed to be like a John Wick movie or something. Like it's him, it's Odysseus versus all the suitors.
That was my least favorite part. It just went on forever.
Yeah, it goes on forever. But also, it's not like at no point am I like rooting for him or against. It's just kind of like, all right, well, let's see how this ends, I guess.
And
Robert
just really unrealistic that he beat 30 people or whatever, and at the end he's like stabbed with a bunch of things, but he's like, I'm fine, I just gotta take these out.
I mean, so they had all of the armor and weapons and everything upstairs, but like there's still axes there. All they have to do is untie the axes because he shot through all the axes. So if the men went over there,
those are weapons,
untied those axes, you got 20 axes versus this guy with with a couple of arrows. I think you can take him out.
The old saying, may not have weapons, but we had axes.
I think you could probably take him out. I don't know.
2 birds with 1 axe.
But also, I just don't think it looks... Yeah,
like that seemed like a very good...
And also, I think it may be because of this was completely filmed in IMAX. Mm-hmm. He was using IMAX cameras, and those cameras are so loud that he had to build like a shell around it so that the sound stays in. So it makes the camera that's already pretty big even bigger
and heavier.
So whenever you see someone like talking to each other, he built a mechanism where they're looking in a camera because the camera's so big, like you couldn't have 2 people on each side. So they're looking in a mirror talking to the other person. Like anytime you saw that, which is pretty impressive because I think they did a pretty great job with that.
Yeah, but that's not natural feeling at all.
But I think when you're doing an action scene with big, huge cameras, maybe that was why it wasn't that great. But I don't.
Yeah, because it did feel kind of slow for an action
for a guy that's supposed to be taking on 20 guys.
Real.
And also the guy he kept throwing down like arrows and spears and stuff. Like, how much stuff do you need?
Yeah.
Like, okay, we got swords. It's one guy.
Yeah.
It's 40 of us.
Robert Pattinson keeps yelling, more swords! Spears, get the spears! He's not doing anything. He's just behind the thing.
Yeah.
That was too goofy.
Robert Pattinson. So that was another scene. Like I said, I like the movie overall, but like there's a bunch of like little stuff. I'm kind of like, yeah, I don't think he's really great at that. Another thing that he did a lot of in this movie is stunt casting. Do you know who Travis Scott is?
No.
So Travis Scott is a rapper. Mm-hmm. And he's in the movie. He's actually the first person you see in the movie. And he's a rapper and he's on stage. He's the one with the staff and he's on stage and he's telling the story, which is a song, but he's speaking the song. So it's like he's rapping. So they had Travis Scott do it. It was like, that's stunt casting. Yeah. Putting someone in a scene just because you're like... So that's the most egregious version of that. I think most people were okay. But like that was... When I saw that, I was just rolling. I'm like, really? The first person in the movie that you see is Travis Scott. And he's doing that. And it's just kind of like, all right. And he's not particularly good. He's not... I don't know.
Isn't he... in a relationship with a Kardashian or has been?
Probably. I don't know.
Maybe that's why
I'm not up on
his name sounds familiar to
I'm
me.
not up on Travis Scott like that. But I think that there were a lot of people. He had a lot of famous people in this movie that didn't need to be in this. Some of them, yes. Some of them, no. I don't think Zendaya needed to be in this movie.
Yeah.
I feel like anyone could have played.
That felt very much like they were like, I don't know, your husband's here. Do you want to come hang out?
Come with your husband.
Do you want to do a drop in? Like when you and I go to a show and you're like, Lee, do you want to do a guest spot?
Yeah, sure. Okay. I guess I'll do a couple scenes.
I mean, you'll be here, right?
I don't think there was, I don't know. She didn't bring anything extra to that scene, to that. It could have been pretty much not anybody, but like, you know, could have just gave some other actor a chance.
Yeah.
Probably could have dropped the budget a little.
She was supposed to be a goddess. She was supposed to feel ethereal and like unreal. And there's times when you're like, is she real? Is he talking to someone? And that's ruined by the fact that you're like, why is Zendaya there? Like, she's just too big of a star for a elusive character like that.
So is it, so what do you think was going on with her? Do you think like, because at the end of the movie, they chop off her head. So do you think like in Odysseus's head, is she the actual goddess or is she just his memory? Because he's talking to her like she is a goddess.
No, I think in his head, she's the goddess.
But like that, so you think that's just what she looks like?
That's just what he thinks she looks like.
That's what he thinks she looks like because he just ties it to the woman that he saw being killed.
No, when they were pillaging, what's the word?
Pillaging Troy.
A statue of the goddess was there, and they cut the statue's head.
But she's also there.
Right, but that's his imagination.
You don't think she was there?
She's not a real person that was there.
Okay.
That's him being like, you doing this destruction right now is like cutting her actual head off, even though she's not here.
Okay. The way I interpret it is that like she was a real person that he saw during Troy. And after that, he just kind of conflated the two. The goddess and this woman that he saw. And now whenever he thinks about the goddess, now it's this woman that he saw.
It could be because also as like the law of Zeus is supposed to be like to see God in everybody. Yeah. And so it could be like any random woman from the village.
Yeah. I think Matt Damon was a good choice because he does bring a kind of a charm to Odysseus, which I think you need that.
Yeah.
With this character, with the way he interpreted him. I did like Tom Holland. I did think he did a good job. I think he was a good choice. I think Elliot Page was good. Charlize Theron, I think, was a good choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think she was a good choice because like obviously this is a fantasy. This isn't real.
Like, I also don't know in the real story, like what's her background? Like who is she?
Calypso she's just a woman that lives on the island. I mean, like there's no like real story.
Okay. Cause I didn't know that story. So I thought she was like,
I believe
a goddess or something.
No, I believe in the story though. She's more of just like a Black Widow type, she trapped him on the island, like, and I think they did go really out of the way to try to make it seem like she actually does care for him, and she wasn't just trapping him in there. This was just what happened. Like they fell in love, and this is what was happening. She didn't want to let him go, but at the same time, she knew she had to. So they kind of like they didn't just make her just this evil woman that trapped him, So good on them for that, I guess. What did you think of Anne Hathaway?
I already told you. She was too Anne Hathaway. Have you seen like somebody posted something about like at this point Keke Palmer is too Keke Palmer. Like that's how I feel about Anne Hathaway being too Anne Hathaway in this movie. Like I didn't really see a new side of her in this role, which I feel like that's what it called for.
I talked about on the podcast a few weeks ago, I talked about Keke Palmer on because she was in I Love Boosters, and I said I didn't say anything negative about her. I was just like,
you're just not a fan.
Yeah, I said I'm not a fan. I'm not upset with anyone that likes her, but like whatever she's doing, like I'm not a fan. And like not a lot of people, but like some people were like, you talking about Keke Palmer? I'm like, I didn't say anything negative about it. So
yeah, I did love her at the BET Awards when she took the mic away from the guy and she was like, actually, I'm gonna do this.
It's very Keke
She's
Palmer.
like, I should have been the one that got hired to do this. And honestly, I agree with her.
Yeah. I like Robert Pattinson. Like, I never thought that Robert Pattinson would be one of my favorite actors of like this generation, but like he really is like because I think he makes like really good choices as far as movies, and I like most of everything I've ever seen him in.
Did we see the 17 where he's dying over and over again together, or did I see that?
Yeah, we saw that. Mickey 17. Yeah, we saw that together.
I was surprised by that, by him in that. Like he was a different person.
But you know, he's going to be in Dune Part 3. I really like. I mean, we saw him in drama. I really did you ever see him as Batman?
No, that doesn't sound right.
So I liked it. Some people, because it was, I don't know, it was a little emo, I guess. Some people felt he was like emo Batman.
Was he like
kind of
Batman?
Kind of. So some people didn't like it, but I liked him as Batman. Yeah, that's it. You nailed it. That was it. That was Robert Pattinson as Batman.
That sounds exhausting.
I mean, I thought the movie was a little long, but other than that, I thought it was pretty good. I never thought, like, you know, from Twilight that this would be one of my favorite actors, but like when I see him in the room, I'm like, yeah. Even when he's being like over the kind of like, especially in the last scene where he's like, get the arrows, get the swords, get the swords.
And he's trying to get away when he realizes that it's Odysseus. He's trying to get out. And he can't.
I was like, that was a little over the top. Yeah, that was a little, but I don't know. I liked him in the rest of the movie. John Barenthal, who plays he plays Agamemnon's brother. I can't remember how to pronounce his name. Mm-hmm. He's the one that marries Helen of Troy, the one with the half face. Mm-hmm.
Worth 500 goats.
Yeah. So I think he's not like super famous, but he is like, you know, he is a known actor, and I think it was a good choice only because like he kind of brought like a bro energy, which I think is what they wanted for that character, to just be like a guy that Temecula would like hang out with and be like and learn from, like an older uncle or something. So I think that's the vibe they wanted. So I think he was a good choice. Benny Safdie as Agamemnon was a weird, like, maybe there's something about it that I'm not catching, but Benny Safdie is mostly known for directing. He directs a lot of. What are you talking about? Well, the thing is that like you never see his face in the movie. Why? He plays Agamemnon.
Who's that?
The main general, the one with the big huge helmet on that you never really. The
son of a bitch that throws his daughter.
Yeah. See, you never really see him. I'm not like, I don't know if that's some inside stuff that I don't understand. Like, I don't know why you would have anyone, like, you could have got anybody to play that part. Anybody that's 6 feet tall.
Yeah, anyone
could have played that part.
Need to be somebody.
He barely had to speak. He barely had any real lines. You never see his face. Yeah, except
the most you see him is when he comes out back from the death and he's covered in charcoal or whatever.
So it's really just like, why was that? Yeah. I don't know. It just seemed like a weird choice. It feels like it's an inside thing, maybe.
I will say, back to the camera thing, earlier last year we saw Wicked and Wicked for Good. And I don't know what kind of CGIs and cameras they used in Wicked, but they were like too dark. When it's nighttime and it's black clothing, black background, you can't see anything. You have no idea what's happening. In this movie, like that scene where everything's black and they're in the, what was Hades? It? When they're like
Hades, and when they go back to talk to the ghost.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're like, death come from under the thing. That was like, you could see from one shade of black to the other, the contrast. You could see everyone's expressions. Like that was insane.
That was my favorite scene.
That was a really good scene.
That was by far my favorite scene in the movie. I think Yeah, that they completely nailed that.
The way it feels like it could never happen, but also it is happening. And then the soldiers in the back could get like shooed away. They're like, this is not for you. And they're all like, shit, I guess we just walk out.
But that's what I mean about his directing. Like, he's really good at, this isn't real, but it feels like it could happen. That's what I mean. Like, he's really good at that. But like when it's something fantastical, I don't think he's good. But
and also just technically that you could see shit. You should be able to see what's happening in the movie. Like, why is everything when it's dark? It's so dark. Like, Game of Thrones was dark. It was like, what? Who was just I can't tell. I don't know who that is.
But Agamemnon is an interesting character because I thought about this. Like, he kills his daughter so that he can win the war. He wins the war and he gets murdered.
Yeah.
So he gets the thing that he wants. He gets it. But because he got what he wanted, he got murdered. So it's just like this very...
Well, and also not because I don't know who is believing that those two things are actually related.
I mean...
that he threw his daughter...
If you believe in Zeus.
Thinking that was actually going to do anything. It was a made-up belief that nobody was really like checking.
I mean, but everybody...
But everybody knew that it was Odysseus' idea that won the war. How is that like related to...
I mean,
the kid being thrown out?
He's the general. If they win the war, it's because of him. He's the boss. You know, I mean... Odysseus is just another soldier.
And to think that you're going to go back to your wife and she's going to be cool.
Well, I mean, you got to do what you got to do. I don't know. I mean, it makes sense. It's a 3,000-year-old story. It makes sense to me. Like, it seems like that's what they would do.
That made total sense.
I don't feel like that's out of the... I mean, if you read any mythology, it's
what's
insane.
Even more unhinged is in 3,000 years, women have not gained any more rights than in this movie. They're still like, well, I can't be a queen. I've been sitting in this empty throne. Can't own the castle that you live in.
I don't know. I just think Agamemnon's story it's very like mythology. Like it is basically every story in mythology is you can't go against the gods. If you go against the gods, something's gonna happen to you.
But how did he know that the gods wanted his kid?
Because that's what you're supposed to sacrifice. And he made the ultimate sacrifice. I forget what Odysseus said. He said something like a sacrifice is only as much as when he's talking to Penelope. I forget. Like he says, like that's the reasoning for it. It's a sacrifice is only as much as you're willing to give up or something like there's a line that directly relates to that. But, I mean, you're supposed to make a sacrifice, and he made the sacrifice to the gods so that he could win the war, and then he won the war, and he died because he won the war. Because he murdered his he murdered his daughter.
He's a dick.
John Leguizamo as the old guy. I don't know if maybe this is just a personal thing. I've always felt weird.
Which old guy? The blind guy?
Yes, the blind guy.
Isn't he Latino?
He is. Yeah.
Wait.
Which is another thing.
I need his name again.
John Leguizamo. Which is another thing that kind of bothers me because so his first big acting role is playing Luigi in the Mario movie.
Which one?
In the 90s.
Yeah.
They made one in the 90s.
Yeah.
And he played Luigi.
But he was Latino.
Yeah. So he said, I believe, maybe, I tried to look this up. I couldn't find it, but I could have swore, maybe this is something I made up, but there's other stuff he's made up. But I could have swore he said that the reason why he got the part was because he was Italian and Puerto Rican. And like that was why he got, well, when there was backlash, because like, why is there a Latino guy playing this character? Yeah. He said, well, I'm half this. And now when people ask him about that, he says like, I don't know, he did it to like stick it to the man or something like that. Like that was more or less what he was going to do. Like, they're not going to let Latinos in movies. Well, I'm going to take this role away from them. They take roles away from us. That was his idea. But like, you were just like, this was one of your first movies.
You just needed a job.
You were no one. You were not a big name person. He started as a comedian. I don't know if he did like stand up, but he started out like, I remember him because he had a sketch comedy show. You did it just because, you know, you were starving and you wanted a job. You lied. Don't try to make it a part of the movement. And I feel like him in general, that's kind of his vibe to me. Like, I don't feel like he's that genuine of a person. This has nothing to do with his acting. I think he's a decent actor. You could be successful by like being really talented, working really hard, or being lucky. I think he's just a guy that works really hard and got lucky. I think he's moderately talented, but he's got a lot of opportunities. But he's also said, like, in his career, like, he was Puerto Rican, like his entire life he's been Puerto Rican, and then it just came out like he's not, he's Colombian. Why he didn't, and his dad was the one that said that. He's like, no, you're not, like, we're not. So I don't know.
They were one fight away from him revealing that to everybody.
So I don't know his vibe. Like, every time I see him, I'm never like happy to see him. I'm always kind of like, oh,
it just bugs you.
I don't really like this guy. You know, but, you know, so, but as far as the acting, I mean, as far as the character, I mean, fine, whatever. Himesh Patel is the guy who played the second in command. I did like him a lot. I thought
Why does his name sound familiar to me? What else is he in?
He was in Yesterday, a movie about whether the Beatles didn't exist.
He's the only one that remembers the Beatles.
He picks a lot of terrible movies. I think he's a decent actor. I don't think he picks the best movies.
I didn't actually even see that movie. I just felt like I knew what happens. He's in Enola Holmes 3, which I just watched recently.
Oh, there you go.
Well, he's probably in all of them because it's like Sherlock Holmes second is what he is. And in this one, he's Odysseus second. Yeah,
so I thought he did a great job. He's also been in another Christopher Nolan movie, Tenet, which is it's a good movie. I like that one. Some people
scary.
No. It's almost like Inception, but even harder to understand.
Oh. I'm out because I'm still not sure I understood Inception. Oh my God, when that woman said that job. She thinks life begins at Inception. They were like, do you mean conception? She was like, no. I love that movie.
Yeah, it was a great movie.
It was a great movie. That's when my life began.
So there's only a couple of actors that I want to talk about. One is Mia Goth, who plays the chambermaid. I felt like anyone could have played that character. Yeah. I don't think that was necessary.
I've seen her in other stuff, but I don't.
Yeah, she's not like super famous, but she's
around.
She's around, like she's known. And then the other one is another character, an actor that I actually really do like. Don't think she needs to be in the movie. Was Lupita Nyong'o, who played Helen. She's a great actress, but like I don't think it was necessary. Like they could have gotten, like, she has 4 lines in the movie. There's no real reason.
She has a pretty good sequence of murder.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, she murders Agamemnon.
That was the best part.
Yeah. But I mean, I
women like in male-dominated fields.
I feel like they could have. She's
like, I have a pink knife.
Yeah.
Murder.
Do you think that, because some people are upset that this movie is woke, you know, because they put Helen of Troy, not a real person. Helen of Troy is a black woman. One of the most heroic people in the movie is also like transgender. I don't know. It just feels like it's anti-war. Some people are upset about that.
But was any part of the script actually changed from the original story?
I mean, obviously it's not the exact. I mean, it's a different interpretation of Odysseus. Odysseus is kind of seen like a badass and can do no wrong. I mean, I'm far from a scholar on the Odyssey, but I feel like the original was just about this heroic man getting back home and doing what he had to do, even though, you know, sometimes maybe he made some mistakes, but, you know, you do what you got to do. And this one was more about, I mean, I guess it's the stereotype of a great man, which is like this big leader that has like a lot of responsibility, all the things that goes along with that responsibility. I know it did feel like very anti-war.
It was his regret. It was his biggest regret.
Yeah, it's a great man.
He wasn't just getting home. He was running away from his biggest regret.
Yeah.
The entire time. Have you seen this clip on Instagram of a creator that does the thing where he pretends to be listening to music and he's like, "What are you listening to?" The mermaid song from the Odyssey. And he's just walking around the street like, ah! He's like, ah! It's the best music in the biz. That's hilarious. Because that's such a like stupid thing when they sing the boat when he's like, I'm gonna tie me to the thing, I'm gonna listen to the music of the mermaids. Like, that's a terrible idea. Objectively, yes. And he's like, no, because I'll be the first one to listen to it.
Yeah. But like,
that's such a man thing.
That's why you gotta get Matt Damon to it. Like, Matt Damon is charming enough to do that.
Yeah, he's like, but I'll be the first one. It's like a little boy being like, it's me, I'm gonna do it. And they're like, oh fuck. This guy.
But like anyone else would have do it, he would have been like a jerk or an asshole. Or
I also wanted to pay attention on the second watch to see how he sells the trip that they take at the end with him and Penelope, how he sells it to her. Because at the beginning of the rewatch, the second time, I realized that he was commissioned to go do this trip because his men they were left along the war, like the ones that weren't buried, were still obsessed with him.
Yeah.
So he had to go do that. That was like a must. It wasn't like a fun trip with your wife. So he's basically like, I know that we haven't seen each other in like 20 years, but I need you to come with me on a work trip. She's like, of course, I would love to.
I got something I got to do.
Literally at the second after she thought that he was dying, like he's in her arms and she's like, no, don't die. He's like, I need you to come with me on a work trip. This guy just never done. Just can never chill. Remember when our friend Julia Correa saw the movie and she was like, it was too long. And I'm like, it's literally an Odyssey. This isn't like girls road trip. This isn't a 20-minute movie.
I mean, that's where the word Odyssey comes from.
That's where the word Odyssey comes from. It will be like, that's the only thing I know before I watched it. This is going to be long. Too many trips, I feel like. No, like they went on too many trips. I told this to Arlo, another comic who was also raised religious like me. And I was telling them, when I watched it the first time, there's like one of the stops where they burn a village, and then they were like talking to a local and trying to use an interpreter to figure out like why he didn't leave. And they're like, he tells them not to go the way that they did go in the end and whatever. Like, as this is happening, the men in the back are grabbing the sheep and bringing them onto the boat, which, first of all, terrible idea. How are you going to slaughter a sheep on a boat? Like, that seems like something that you do in land, package it, Ziploc. Take it to go.
Ziplocs,
but they're like carrying sheep onto the boat, and I was like, why is the image of a man carrying a sheep kind of hot? And then I was like, oh, this is like Christianity getting in my head. This is like Jesus and his vlog. This is like hot Jesus being like, I could do 3 at a time. Just throw them on in the shoulder.
I can juggle them.
And then I was like, oh, I need to clear my brain. I have a problem. The way the door takes forever to open.
Building tension.
I was done with that door.
I'm not sure. Like, the first time I saw, I'm not sure I fully understood like why, because they were just in there to open the door,
right?
But like when I first saw it, I'm like, are they gonna take out a whole, like, what is these guys that have been stuck in a horse for however long,
right?
With piss and shit. Yeah. Are gonna fight a whole army of people?
By the way, we just like glossed over that. No one's pants looked soiled when they got off that horse. But in the storytelling, they were like smelling like piss and shit. Well, because what are you gonna do? Like,
so
and
when
then the water comes and the horse which is already full of piss and shit, gets full of water and everything just rises to the top. Delightful. I would have given up a long time ago.
So like when they get to the door, I'm like, okay, well.
No, even before that, when he kicks the horse's belly open, crawls down in the rope. I was picturing like, what would that be if it was maybe like fall on the ground like, oh fuck. try to get up, like so many sounds. Immediately the guards are already all on my neck. Trying to be like a ninja after no stretching. Who knows how long? They don't say how long they've been on that horse.
I just watched The Last Temptation of Christ, this is a movie from the 70s by Martin Scorsese. And it's about how it's about Christ, but it's basically a retelling of the gospel. But in this retelling,
they've done that to death.
But in this retelling, Jesus gets off the cross.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't get crucified. A spoiler: if you've never seen it, he does get back on the cross and die. But for a big part of the movie, he gets off the cross and he lives like a normal human being. It's just like this director decided that they wanted to take on this insane thing, which is telling a story that people have known their whole lives and telling it in a different way that may upset them, but you're still going to do it. And it's a very overlooked movie. People don't think about that movie when they think about Martin Scorsese, but I'm going to go see Vince Staples as soon as we get out of here. I'm going to go see Vince Staples as soon.
Well, I went on a 2-hour hike yesterday and I can't feel my toes. So, take that.
Wow.
Mister, I know how to have fun. Fun. Oh my God, I can't even talk.
Can't even say the word fun. You don't know the meaning of the word.
Oh. we gotta wrap it up.
All right, let's wrap it up. The Odyssey, how many stars you giving the Odyssey?
4.
4 out of 5?
Too long. Just kidding.
4.5.
You just want to disagree with me. You just never want to be on the same page. And you wanted to say 4, but then you were like, "That's what she said." I can't.
All right, I'll give it 4.
Yeah.
4 stars.
I meant to give you a high five, but
4 out of 5. So actually, I probably put it on my letterbox.
Drum roll, please.
What did I put on my letterbox?
You actually think.
What did I gave it 4. I gave it 4 stars in Letterboxd.
We agree. We're on the same.
And The Last Temptation of Christ, I gave it 5 stars and a little heart.
Damn, and a little heart, and a little kiss on the forehead.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just because I like the movie overall, but there's just too many parts from this.
You just love Christ.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for listening to Anxiety Twins.
I thought you were thanking me. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for being a friend.
Thank you. We don't have the rights to that song. Okay. Well, I'm wrapping it up.
Yeah.
Thank you.